Hi, my name is Yanni Barzilay, and on today's hack, we're going to rethink churn and introduce a new metric called Churn Factor. So in today's world, our customers are constantly exposed to different messages from different brands, different products all the time. And what we try to do is find a way to break away through all that noise and leave our customers with a message that they will actually act upon. Now, in order to do that for each individual customer, we need to find the most appropriate time to send a message to that customer and have that message be the most relevant one for that customer at that time. What we hope to achieve in today's hack is to show you a simple yet robust way to find the perfect combination of the who and the when, and have a more personalized way to engage with each single customer in your database. So we're going to start by defining customer frequency. Now, customer frequency for each customer represents how much time passes on average between two consecutive activities or purchases for that single customer. We calculate it by dividing the days that pass between the first and last activity we see for that customer, and divide it by the number of activity days minus 1. The reason we subtract 1 is because we want to count the number of intervals between the purchases and not the activities themselves. So for example, if I made 3 purchases, I want to count or calculate the 2 intervals between them. So now that we've defined the frequency, we'll talk about churn factor a bit. Now, we'll want to predict churn in the best possible way, as it helps us take action before it's too late, but also helps us understand which customers we need to entice rather than targeting our full customer pool. Now, there are many different methodologies to calculate and predict churn, but in a lot of them, we do have to pay some price of generalization. For example, if we define a certain threshold for all customers, those who purchased 6 months ago or more than that are churned. Now, the churn factor comes to address that exact problem, and we use the customer's own personal frequency in understanding which each individual customer when they reach their churn phase, rather than having a threshold for the whole customer database. The churn factor represents how many times did we expect to see a customer make a visit and he missed that activity. It's calculated by dividing the day since last activity by that customer's personal frequency. It will be easiest to explain with this example. It will illustrate really nicely how using the churn factor when deciding customers are in risk of churn, which customers are following their normal behavior. So we have here customer A and customer B that are both the same in the fact that it's been 2 weeks since their last activity. However, customer A, we see that they have a monthly frequency, they come in every month, and customer B comes in every week to purchase. Now, customer A's churn factor is 14 divided by 30. 14 is the day since last activity divided by 30, which is their frequency, which equals half, meaning that we expect to see this customer come and make an activity in around 2 weeks. This is a customer we should not be worried about. He's now behaving normally to what we would expect, and we should see him interact with us pretty soon. But on the other hand, we have customer B, and we can see that their churn factor is 2, meaning they missed two of the expected visits. Now, this customer is more in risk of churn. They missed their own purchasing cycle. We should be more worried about them from a churn perspective. So even though this is a fairly simple example, I think it illustrates really nicely how using the customer's personal frequency in understanding when they are in risk of churn, when that is actually a better methodology than setting a single distinct threshold to the full customer base. And it might define in a misleading way customers' individual behavior. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.